Hello, this is Dr. Zabel again. This time I'm going to demonstrate proper flossing technique. Flossing is a very important part of having braces, keeping your teeth clean with braces on. And there's a couple ways to do that that'll make your life a little easier. One of the ways is with a floss threader. As you can see on this floss threader, I've taken a piece of floss and I've tied a little knot around the end of the floss threader. Floss threader looks like a long, flexible plastic needle. So around the eyelet, the eye of the needle, I tied a knot in the floss. So now it won't fall off. Now once I thread it through, it won't fall apart and I won't have to put it together again every time I want to floss in between a contact of my teeth. How do you use a floss threader? Seems pretty simple. You just slip it in between the brackets underneath the wire, and then you wrap the loose end around your finger and you break the contact of your teeth by sawing back and forth lightly. You don't want to snap it down because then you'll hit your gums and it might hurt. So you want to do a gentle sawing action just to get it between your teeth. Just back and forth until it gets down between your gums. And move up and down on one side of the tooth and then the other tooth. Up and down, a little bit below your gums. Since this is a plastic model here, you won't see it actually going down below your gums. How do you know that you've gone down far enough? You go down slowly and gently under your gums a little bit until you feel just a tiny bit of resistance. You don't have to press really hard, otherwise you'll irritate your gums rather than keep them clean and healthy. You'll actually cause a little bit of damage. So you want to do it gently. And after you've flossed consistently once a day, preferably at night after your last meal before you go to sleep, for 2 weeks, you'll notice your gums kind of toughen up. And when you floss, they won't be swollen, they'll start to tighten up around your teeth, and it won't feel uncomfortable to floss. Now I will say that when you start getting the flossing habit, it is a little bit uncomfortable. It will actually sometimes cause your gums to swell a little bit and you'll feel like you're going backwards instead of forwards as far as the progress of your hygiene, because your gums will swell maybe more than they have before. But trust me, doing that for 2 weeks straight, once a day, every single day consistently, your gums will get healthier and they'll toughen up and it won't bleed when you floss, and you won't feel the discomfort that you most likely will during the first 2 weeks of flossing. Other things you can use to floss: if you don't have a floss threader, you run out of them, you can buy these at any CVS. If you're a patient of ours, you can pick them up at any time. Anytime we're open, we give these things away whenever you need them. We want to make sure that you keep your teeth nice and clean. You can just use the loose end of a piece of floss. The stiffer the floss, easier it is to hold it and put it underneath the wire. But if you're skilled, you can kind of put it underneath the wire without a floss threader and then just hold both ends as we've shown before, and break the contact by sawing back and forth. Once you get below the contact, rub up and down on one tooth, up and down the other tooth, and then pull it out from underneath. Now, one thing I believe I forgot to mention: when you place the floss threader in, you want to go from, just like the brushing technique, you want to go from the gum side of your brackets and your wire down away from your gums when you put the floss threader in. And that's just because when you floss, if you put the floss threader up this way, you're more likely to poke yourself in the gums, poke yourself under your lip. Something uncomfortable may happen, so you want to go from your gums down toward the inside of your mouth, and that'll make it easier for you. There are types of floss that have the equivalent of a floss threader already attached to the end of it, and you can buy those also at a CVS, Rite Aid, those types of stores. I have no affiliation, nor do I get any money from them. But you can buy any of these tools, instruments, types of floss at those stores to make your life a little bit easier. It is a little bit more expensive if you buy the floss that already has the floss threader type of tip on it. So for some of you, you may want to go ahead and just get floss threaders. or you can just go ahead and slip the floss underneath the wire if you can. It's difficult for some people, especially depending on the floss. If you use a floss like Glide, which is really nice, smooth, I love it, but it's a very flexible floss and it's difficult to maneuver and slip underneath the wire. A lot of times it will stick to your gums and it'll be difficult to actually push it down and guide it underneath the wire. And that is flossing. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to contact our office and we'll answer them to the best of our ability. Thank you for watching.